Yesterday, the Supreme Court ruled twice, and both times Trump won. The first ruling, the court let his administration turn back asylum seekers at the border. The second ruling, the court let him end temporary protected status for over 350,000 Haitians and over 6,000 Syrians. Lower courts tried to block him. The Supreme Court overruled them twice in one day. Every critic said his immigration policy would get struck down in court. The highest court in the country just said otherwise. Drop a flag for the Supreme Court. Send this to someone who said he couldn't do this legally, and follow me.
ICE has drawn up plans to hunt down and deport Haitian immigrants the moment their protection runs out, and communities are already feeling it. CBS News reports that Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, is preparing to ramp up arrests and deportations of Haitian migrants as more than 300,000 people prepare to lose their temporary protected status, TPS, and their work permits. TPS has protected Haitians since Haiti's 2010 earthquake, and in that time, they've built careers and raised families here. ICE has reportedly named Ohio communities, including Springfield, as an early focus, with those arrested potentially placed on deportation flights to Haiti within days. Haiti currently carries the State Department's highest travel warning, reserved for places that Americans are told to never visit, in this case because of general violence, including from gangs and unrest. One of them is a caregiver in South Florida who has looked after a 90-year-old U.S. war veteran for more than a decade, and he fears for her future more than for his own. Immigration attorney Emanuela Telfort says in the article that the word temporary in TPS has become a trap, and these families need a permanent, humane path to legal status. Every person facing this deadline needs an immigration attorney now because the window to act is closing fast. Look, if you're losing your TPS status and you fear being harmed in your country, but you've not yet applied for asylum, you should definitely talk with an asylum lawyer to see if asylum could be the best route for you. I'm Brian Manning, and if you want to talk this over with my team, please send me the word con.
All right, guys, what you're looking at right now is the U.S. side of the Rio Grande. That is a mass of several hundred illegal immigrants who have just crossed the Rio Grande, and look at this, several hundred more screaming across as we speak. We're on a boat in the Rio Grande. This is the Mexican side of the river right now. You can see it's a never-ending stream, hundreds of people crossing the Rio Grande basically every hour, and they're heading over to the International Bridge, which you can see in the background. Look at that mass of people. This is why the situation under the bridge continues to deteriorate. This is insane. The federal government has to wake up.
Oh, you're right.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at one of the most trending debate that is ongoing. The latest news that is turning into a high level of debate, and I guess you don't want to miss this. I don't want to talk about it. I just want you to discover it yourself, and by the end of this video, we are going to do analysis of all what is happening and the unusual drama taking place as we speak. So if you're ready to discover what's happening around you, do it to grab a seat, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, because we are just getting started. Now let's just watch this together.
Hey, I'm Laura, refugee foster mom. I'm walking 1 mile every day the month of June to remember refugees and immigrants who often have to walk long distances to find safety. And as I walk, I'm praying for a different refugee or immigrant in my circle. Today, as I walk, I'm praying for Emmanuel, who is a Haitian man. He and his wife and his 2 children were here in the States with TPS, temporary protected status, from Haiti. They are both educated and were thriving, successful people in their field, by all accounts, living a kind of successful American life. But earlier this year, TPS for Haitians was kind of there's a big question mark over it, whether it was going to be extended. It was kind of paused for a while, and so they felt like they were not safe. It's very difficult to plan a future if you don't know if you have a future in a place. And so they have actually left and relocated to Canada, and they were granted refugee status in Canada. And so now they are building a life in Canada as of this year. I think this is kind of a natural consequence of some of the uncertainties and changes around temporary protected status, around immigration options open to people, is that like wonderful people, successful business people are being forced to make decisions for their family to have stability and plan for a future. And sometimes those decisions mean choosing to leave the country and go resettle somewhere else where there is stability and kind of hope for a future. So I pray for Emmanuel and his wife and their 2 children. I pray for safety in their new home in Canada, and for an easy transition for the kids into new community, new neighborhood, new schools, that they will feel like they can build their new home.
Oh, the Supreme Court just handed Donald Trump one of his biggest immigration wins yet. And this is going to affect over 350,000 people today. Let's break it down. Temporary protected status is something that was created in 1990 in order to help people who have been impacted by a natural disaster or by war to come here and live and work and prosper. Haitians got it in 2010 because of the earthquake. In 2012, Syrians got it because of their war. These people have been here for over a decade. Until today, the Supreme Court ruled 6-3 that Trump can end this. He can just send them back, right? This is who we are now. This is what the Supreme Court has decided. And to make things worse, another court can't even step in, even if they feel that ending this for other groups of people was racially motivated. You remember when Trump said they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats? Yeah, he didn't say that about Norwegians, did he? This is so sad. You have to think of the hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people that have built their lives here, and now they will be disrupted. I'm going to go live on this topic right now. Y'all come in.
And the Supreme Court out with another decision, this time regarding the fate of certain migrants living with temporary protected status. There are a bunch of them. And Shannon Bream joins us again with more. Shannon, how do we read this one?
Okay, so Dana, we read it as a win for the Trump administration, which has wanted to wipe out temporary protected status for more than 1 million people who are living here in this country. These cases centered on a number of Haitian and Syrian refugees who were here in the country. And basically what the court has said is that they can't challenge this decision by the Department of Homeland Security, by the administration, that they're the ones who get to make the assessment about whether they leave or not. I haven't read the whole thing, but they do get into some of the claims that by some of those who are advocating for the Haitian refugees, that there was some kind of racial animus. The court says they don't see evidence of that. So I'll keep reading, but it's another very fractured decision that seems to be a win for the Trump administration, which would be the second win for them on immigration. That earlier decision that we talked about that came out just a few minutes ago saying that if you get to the Mexico border but you don't make it onto U.S. soil, you can't file an asylum claim. So the Trump administration has to be happy about what they've gotten today. We've still got 8 opinions left, and it looks like Monday will be our next opinion day.
Are you saying that immigration officers weren't there along the southern border during the time that Biden was in office?
I think it's well established. I think mixing a bunch of different issues at the same time, right? Because what we're talking about today are specific groups of people. Mm-hmm. TPS holders are people who are here because they are fleeing a terrible situation in their home countries. Now, as we pointed out, the United States has a level 4 travel advisory for Haiti. We are telling Americans, don't go there because of the risk of crime, kidnapping, terrorism, unrest, and limited health care. In the midst of that, the Trump administration has revoked status for TPS holders, basically overnight made those people ineligible to work, essentially made them illegal in this country, and is now saying, you got to go back to that country that you were fleeing from, even though the situation has not changed. So that is what we're talking about.
Well, let's go back to what TPS stands for. I think everyone should know it stands for temporary protected status. It's not meant to be a pathway to citizenship. It's not meant for any of it. Yes, they should go back and fix their country.
Why?
What's so wrong with Haiti?
They should go back?
What's so wrong with Haiti?
We have a level 4 travel advisory. What do you mean what's wrong with Haiti? We have the State Department says it's not safe to go.
Okay, so America has to let anyone come here.
They pay taxes just like we do. As a matter of fact, contributing $29 billion to our economy each year. They are people and deserve to be treated as such. And so when we say this issue is a moral issue, it's a legal issue. Right. It's also a money issue. It makes no sense. Allowing TPS protections to lapse would disrupt employers, families, and communities overnight. After the rain comes a rainbow. Right. Yeah. And so we're standing out here today for all of those TPS holders to know that we've got your back. Right. Amen. That we're here to protect TPS.
TPS means temporary. Y'all should have been gone years ago. And under Biden, it surged. And we just had a bunch more Haitians. Remember all the Haitians under the bridge? And they said, oh, they whooping Haitians on the horses now. Dude, go home. It's time for y'all to go home. Take the $2,600. You don't have a fight anymore. Don't go to any immigration attorneys lying to you, telling you you can fight this. You can't. Supreme Court decided we're done. You got to go home. Oh, and by the way, let me add this. You can go next door to the Dominican Republic. Oh, that's right. No, you can't, because the Dominican Republic, they built a giant wall. Oh, I thought y'all didn't like walls. How come the left never mentions the Dominican Republic that's right next door to Haiti? How come y'all don't mention that? The Dominicans don't want Haitians in their country. And they built giant walls. They have soldiers protecting their borders. And they built barbed wire that you can't climb over. If you happen to, they'll shoot your monkey ass before you get over the fence. How come the left and the Democrats and the commies don't talk about that shit? Look it up. Dominicans right next door to Haiti. They don't want them there. But, dump them in America. And then bitch, whine, moan, and complain when Trump gets them up out of here. When we demand that they get up out of here, you ain't got to put it on Trump, put it on us. We the people, 100 million of us voted for Trump to come back so this can take place. We want y'all out of here. You ain't nothing but a burden. You're expensive and you're violent. Remember, eating the dogs, eating the cats. Yeah, y'all do that shit because you voodoo. And you do that shit in your country. We don't want that here. We're Christians. We love Jesus. Get the fuck out. And yes, Jesus loves me. He knows I cuss. It's time for y'all to go. And if you're not willing to have a fair conversation about how the Haitians are dissed by the Dominicans, then we ain't got nothing to talk about. But don't put all that on us. Yeah, it's time for y'all to leave. We're not taking care of you anymore.
Let's get one thing straight. The T in TPS stands for temporary, not a permanent citizenship, not a lifetime pass. And after the Supreme Court's recent green light, the law is finally working the way it was built to work. Reports are dropping that ICE is gearing up for a major operational surge, following the official end of TPS for over 300,000 Haitian nationals. Areas with localized expansions like Springfield, Ohio, are front and center, as federal teams prepare to enforce the rule of law and process rapid returns. For years, communities have felt the strain while Washington looked the other way, turning temporary humanitarian program into a de facto amnesty. Putting American infrastructure first means our immigration system has to have integrity. Rules matter, borders matters, and temporary relief was never meant to last forever. DHS is putting out the call for self-reporting and compliance, and the enforcement machine is moving. Is this the accountability our system has needed for years? Let me know what you think in the comments, and hit follow for more updates.
If you watched this level, thank you for watching, thank you for staying, and if you are returning, thank you for coming back, and I hope you had a good time. And please, I have a whole lot to say about this, but I would like to hear from you, your opinion. What do you think about the whole drama? And please do not forget to leave your thoughts in that comment section, because I'm reading every single thing. Let's just wrap up to the next episode, and I'll be waiting to see you there, because from there we are going to talk more about this. We are just getting started, and I repeat, so we're going to talk more about this. See you in my next episode.